the crossbar.
Mitchell left fielder down for a base hit.
Hunterdon Central is going to win the state finals here tonight.
Mark it on the board. Touchdown, Red Devils.
On the deflection. On the deflection. Hunterdon Central.
And joining us for the Red Devils pregame show here on the HCTV live stream, it's Red Devils junior Hayden Landy. So Hayden, it's tournament time. Kind of a great time for this team to kind of recalibrate. Big one today, a home game against High Point. What should we look for from the club?
Well, I think we have a big future in this tournament. Seeing as a sophomore last year how close we came to winning this tournament last year, actually. I really want to, and I really think we can make it to the finals this year and possibly win. I think there's some good teams in this tournament, so it's not going to be all. It's going to be a little bit of a roller coaster, some bumps in the road, but I think we can overcome them, and I think we have a good chance of winning this thing.
So Hayden, playing such a difficult schedule, and let's be honest, you guys have played a killer schedule, I would think helps you guys, right? Talk about how that might help you guys heading into this tournament.
Yeah, well, I think what most teams, what most people see when they look at us, they see that our record is not the we're not undefeated, or like we're not the 900 or the 90% win team. We're more of the like 500, 50% win team. But I think because of the hard schedule we play, getting us prepared for this tournament. Once the tournament actually starts and we're playing teams more on our level and more teams that we have a good chance of beating, I think that puts us in a very good position for this tournament.
And Hayden, as a junior now and a regular in this rotation, how do you feel like your season has gone?
Well, I think my season's gone pretty good. Obviously, I'm not the 20 points per night player, but I like to find my role on the team and be a star in the role I have to play. And I just want to do whatever I can to help the team win.
And that was Red Devils junior Hayden Landy. Stay tuned for Red Devils basketball next on the HCTV live stream.
Welcome to today's HCTV presentation of boys basketball. I'm Bryce Cohen alongside Josh Uhas, and today Hunterdon Central hosts High Point Regional High School, the Wildcats. We just finished up the girls basketball game here where the girls basketball team came out on top. Josh, what can you tell me about today's matchup against High Point?
Well, High Point's coming off their first round victory, which they had against the 14 seed Newton. High Point, the 15 seed in this tournament, they won 62-48 with a 14-point lead. So I think that's something that we could see is that High Point seems to be able to score pretty well, obviously, since they were able to get up 14 points and able to keep it.
Yeah, as the first round of the Hunterdon Warren Sussex tournament, Hunterdon Central is really looking to make some noise here. They've had a really up and down schedule all year long, range of opponents. But Hunterdon Central is looking to capitalize on today's matchup. We're going to pass it right down to Tyler Rodriguez, who is live with Coach DeFazio.
Tyler Rodriguez joined here with Coach DeFazio. Coach, county tournament now. What changes for you and your team tonight? Or is it just same as business as usual, being that this is a county tournament now?
We're just taking it as another game. It's obviously tournament time. We talked about it being our second season, but it's a basketball game. We can't make the moment bigger than it is. It's what we've been preparing for all season.
And how important is it? You guys third seed will probably get a couple home games. How important is it for you to play here and not go out travel on the road?
Well, before we get a couple games, we got to win this one, But it's always nice to play at home. We love playing here. The energy, the atmosphere, it's definitely an advantage for us.
Coach, thank you. Good luck tonight.
Thank you to Tyler with those words with Coach DeFazio. And we are just about 5 minutes away here from tip-off. And you can imagine someone who needs to show up today for this Hunterdon Central team is Tyler Brickley. Tyler Brickley is one of the best shooters on this young Hunterdon Central team, and he's been the senior leader for this team that has been a great playmaker all around. And when he scores and when he gets going, he reflects off of everyone. He's a playmaker in the flesh, and he also feeds off very well to Matt Schwartz, who is one of the best scorers on this team as well. So it's got to be an offensive show today for the Hunterdon Central lineup, and that's, my keys to success against this High Point team. You don't know what High Point's going to bring. It's a team you really rarely face. And so you can imagine you need to bring out not just your A game, but something that they haven't seen before through tape or through scouting notes and such like that. So it's going to be a very interesting first half for this team, and then once they come back from the half with adjustments, you can imagine both teams just need to have that final stretch, and hopefully Hunterdon Central comes out on top.
Yeah, and Central will look for that, obviously, with Schwartz. And I think someone to look out is Ethan Diogenes as well, because I think he'll add a different dynamic to this team. Obviously, you got the shooters in Brickley and Schwartz, but I think Diogenes could sneakily score some points and be able to bring some offense to the Central team.
Absolutely, and the Diogenes brothers have been such a nice surprise for this Hunterdon Central lineup. They both transferred this year into this Hunterdon Central program from Hillsborough, and you can imagine coming into a program as big as Hunterdon Central's and just completely taking over a spot in the lineup for the both of them has been such a nerve-wracking experience, and probably a bonding experience for the other players as well. You can imagine for both of those players to be able to play side by side with each other in the lineup as well. It's so meaningful for them and their family as well. So we'll see if they have an impact here today in the first round. And this Hunterdon Central team is looking to make a run in this tournament. The Hunterdon Warren Sussex tournament is always a tournament that Hunterdon Central looks to capitalize and win. And it's considered a successful season if you even come to the championship or the semifinals. So we'll see what they can do here. And hopefully they start off with a win here at the Fieldhouse at Hunterdon Central.
Yeah, and I think chemistry throughout any tournament, if you think about it, doesn't matter what sport you're in. If you don't have any chemistry, you're not going to advance through a tournament. And I think something with tournaments is, especially Cinderella runs, you think the underdog, they're not going to have anything. But then the chemistry that team builds, they build energy, and they're able to score points. They're able to get on a run. I think that's something that with tournaments you need to have. You need to build that chemistry, and I think Central will look to kind of build it together.
Yeah, when you play teams on the road like Gill St. Bernard and Rutgers Prep, you can imagine that level of competition prepares you for these earlier matchups when you're playing teams that are at smaller schools. Hunterdon Central has had their lineup carved out and their skill set cut out with these higher level private school teams in the county and in the area in general. So, I mean, it's 100% a step down from those higher powerhouse teams in the state. But High Point still provides a challenge, and the girls team saw it first. The High Point Wildcats took the Hunterdon Central girls team into the fourth quarter with just a 1-point lead. So they're a team to look out for, and they're a team that, like you said about Cinderella runs, it goes both ways for this team. Both teams feel like that they're underdog in here today, and they both have something to prove. The only thing Hunterdon Central has that High Point doesn't have is the home court advantage, with the HC Superfans showing out today with the whiteout theme. Now, Josh, you and I didn't really get the memo. We're both wearing our red polos today. If the camera would have seen us, I was up here earlier with my red polo, and if I would have known there was a whiteout, I would have just worn a blank white T-shirt. Unfortunately, we don't have an HCTV white shirt.
Yeah, we might have to get a little patch, put on a white shirt and then be able to blend in with the crowd.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, our shirts do not follow the Superfan requirements for the Spirit wear tonight, but we're just about to get ready to get started here. We'll have our national anthem and then our tip-off, but it's going to be an exciting night, and hopefully we complete this doubleheader with another win.
Yeah, and getting a win, especially a tournament win, it'll definitely help not only the tournament, but the season in general, the non-tournament games, so that they can build some chemistry, get through the season.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And we are all set for tip-off here at the field house. Introductions and the national anthem have concluded, and we are set for what's going to be a good one here. Our starting lineup today for Hunterdon Central, you have Tyler Brickley, Ethan Diogenes, Wes Shirk, Matt Swartz, and Thomas Schreiber. And it's going to be Schreiber, number 21, taking the tip-off. He's going to be up against High Point's Aiden Mitchell for this tip-off. Up, whistle blown. And we're going to do this one more time. Tip-off is up, and High Point wins it. And we're going to go, let's see. It's going to be High Point's ball. No, it's going to be Hunterdon Central's ball. So a bit of a confusing sequence there. Diogenes bringing the ball up for Hunterdon Central. Going to kick this off. Matt Swartz, a three. Off the mark. Rebound Mitchell. And now High Point's going to get things started. You have Max Miller, who's a senior guard to watch out for. He is got all the capabilities and a beautiful jumper. So that one's back around to Mitchell. Top of the arc there. Ball movement all around for a High Point. Diogenes on the defense there. Now Schreiber. Miller for three. Off the mark. Schreiber the board. Gets back up on his feet. And now Diogenes once again getting the offense started. Shirk on the inside. Can't get a shot up. Schreiber inside. And they're going to call him with a turnover there on the double dribble. Traveling violation.
And I think something to look back, Schreiber, he was able to get that rebound, and even though he got on the ground, he was able to keep his dribble and able to get up, and I think that's something that's pretty incredible.
Schreiber is just one of the most athletic guys you can find at a school like this. He plays varsity soccer and he plays varsity basketball. He's been doing both on the varsity level since sophomore year, and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with in both sports next year as well. As that shot was off the mark, and Schreiber the rebound. Fast break for Schwartz. An easy layup to get this game started. A 2-0 lead for the Red Devils. And already trapping deep into High Point's territory. Miller trying to ignite this offense here for High Point. This one, corner three, up, it's good. That shot made by Braden Franco. Diogenes looking to respond here. Shirk has it, top of the arc. Back around to Schwartz. Schwartz around to Brickley. Brickley directing traffic here. Now Schwartz looking for an outlet. Schreiber at top of the arc takes it inside on 2 defenders now. Brickley for 3. Off the mark and over the backboard. It's going to be a high point ball.
And you like the shot attempts from Central. They're getting some nice threes. Unfortunately, not all of them able to go in.
Absolutely. And with shots like that, if they were making them, we wouldn't even be questioning the shot taking and decision making by this team. But so far they have not been landing as Miller at the helm once more. Takes it inside the left hand. Shot up. Off the mark. Rebound by High Point. And we get a whistle.
Looks like the foul's on Schreiber. Got a little aggressive on the rebound there.
So we got inbound for High Point. Miller, top of the arc. This one back around. 3-point shot up. Just short. Schreiber to Diogenes. Diogenes pushing the tempo here. Brickley inside. Has the ball stripped from him. It's going to be a Hunterdon Central ball once more here.
Yeah, and Central being aggressive on the drives and also working the 3. They're working both sides pretty well.
Shirk. We're going to have a turnover here. Shirk had the option to pass it to Brickley. We have a High Point player down here. Shirk had the option to pass it to Brickley. Took it himself. Just couldn't capitalize on that open opportunity there.
Looks like he caught Aiden Mitchell with his hand there, so.
And DeFazio will be vocal about this all game, is limiting the fouls. The fouls is where this team will be troubled. And it's been a slow start for both teams so far. Just a 2-3 shot off the mark. A 2-3 deficit for Hunterdon Central. Max Miller a shot. It's good. And we have a timeout, Hunterdon Central. So High Point jumps out. 2 early 3-pointers to hold on to a 6-2 lead over Hunterdon Central. What have you seen so far from High Point that's impressed you, and what have you seen from Hunterdon Central that you think needs to improve?
Well, what I'm seeing is they're able to get High Point's been able to get the rebounds inside. They've been very physical with it, and they've been able to get it outside to get some 3-point shots. Now, some of them did miss with Braden Franco. However, Max Miller has been able to find a bunch of threes, and you just can't let him find those opportunities because if you give him too many opportunities, he's going to hit them. And for Central, I think you have to lock down on that defense, and you have to get those rebounds. You got to be able to box them out and not allow them to get more possessions.
Absolutely. And when we spoke to High Point's coach at the beginning of the game, he said Max Miller was going to be that player to watch out for. He has been commanding the offense all season, and tonight so far has been no different. He's been bringing the ball up, and he's been dishing it, taking it himself. And High Point has quickly jumped out to a 6-2 lead. And after Hunterdon Central called that timeout, we'll see how they respond here. As DeFazio said, and the last time I interviewed him at the half, we need to play defense. And it's as simple as it sounds. It's something that he has emphasized all year long, is just not making the silly mistakes. As Brickley gets it inside of Shirk. Shirk loses it. And that's just a gimme shot right there if Shirk holds on to that. But it's those points you give away that end up haunting you in the fourth quarter as High Point gets back to work here. Miller, as we mentioned, bringing that ball up for them. And we have Miller reevaluating his options once more. Top of the arc, around to Mitchell. Hunterdon Central playing the defense that DeFazio is always asking for. Schreiber on Miller.
Central playing some suffocating D, and just as I said, Miller takes a shot.
Miller missed the shot, but Mitchell rebounded and then stolen by Brickley. Let me see what the call is here.
Looks like it was a push, so Central will remain with the ball. And it looks like Josh Wilhelm will come in.
Wilhelm in for Shirk, and Wilhelm has been almost Hunterdon Central's go-to center for the year. Him and Shirk have shared a lot of time on the court as Diogene has that ball stripped from him. We'll see what the call is here. And it's going to be an inbound here for Hunterdon Central. Brickley, the quarterback. Brickley to Wilhelm. Passes that one off. Schreiber inside. Gets a shot up and it's good. And I really like that inbound play that Hunterdon Central does, especially with Brickley inbounding it. When Brickley inbounds it and he's the one throwing it in, they have two options. Either the center could take it himself or give it around for a three-point opportunity for Brickley, or even a drive for Brickley. So that's a play that DeFazio has evidently, prepared this team for, and it's so far worked in these early stages of the game. As Miller gets a shot up, and that one's going to be almost rebounded by Schreiber. Now stolen away, as that one was just tipped away by Schreiber. And a three-point opportunity here for High Point. Can't get it off. Schwartz the rebound.
It was a good contest by Diogene.
And Wilhelm gets the and one. So we have a three-point play opportunity here for Wilhelm. And all of a sudden, the Red Devils have reeled this back in. It is a 6-all matchup here. And first quarter there playing to a draw as Wilhelm has the opportunity here with the one free throw. Point put Hunterdon Central ahead. Shot is up. Just short. Rebound taken by High Point.
And Landon Marsh has subbed in for Tyler Brickley.
So Marsh, who is one of those pure shooters on this team. We'll see if he gets any opportunities. As Miller drives inside, shoots one up. That one doesn't even touch the rim as Diogene pushes the tempo. Schwartz dishes to Schreiber. Schreiber inside, up, blocked. Wilhelm the rebound. Wilhelm gets the rebound himself, and he draws another foul. So Wilhelm heading to another trip to the line, as that was, when you talk about textbook rebounding, that's what Wilhelm had right there. Missed the shot, got his own rebound, took it up once more, and was able to draw the foul. So opportunity once more to bring Hunterdon Central ahead. And he does it with that one shot, so it's
and
7-6 lead now for Hunterdon Central.
And it reminds me of that Kenneth Freed clip, if you've ever seen it. Kenneth Freed just continuously kept getting the rebound and putting it back up.
It's a legendary clip, as Wilhelm was absolutely dominant in the paint there. And the second free throw is up and good. So Wilhelm brings Hunterdon Central ahead by 2, and that's not going to be enough. They're going to be playing some tough defense right here, as this one is going to be taken up by High Point. And Hunterdon Central very aggressive on the defensive end. And you can imagine that's just what they want. They want to pressure this High Point offense. They want to see what they're made of. And you know what they say, pressure makes diamonds. So we'll see what this High Point offense is going to look like. But so far, they have slowed down since the first few minutes of this game. Diogene. And we'll see what the whistle's for. We're going to be going Hunterdon Central's way.
Diogene was able to fight through the screen and get the foul there.
So that's going to be the 4th team foul for High Point. Diogene bringing the ball up once more.
It's been a very aggressive game. Both teams have been running a lot of press to try and throw their opponent off, and neither team has budged.
And Schwartz has a 3 up and good. So Matt Schwartz gets his name on the stat sheet as Hunterdon Central extends the lead out now to 11-6. Now a steal for Schreiber. Going on almost 3 defenders, up and good.
A great overall play by Schreiber there, able to get the ball, able to get through, not lose possession of it, and then get a good shot up and make it.
And he showed off the athleticism there and the dominance as Hunterdon Central jumps out to now an early 13-6 lead, forcing High Point to call a timeout to essentially stop the bleeding there, considering Hunterdon Central was dominating not only the turnover game, but the shots that they were missing in the beginning stages of this first quarter were finally starting to land, and and go through for them. And Hunterdon Central is looking to go up big this first quarter. So a minute 14 remaining in this first quarter of action, and after we'll get some insight from Tyler Rodriguez.
Something I've noticed with the Red Devils is that Josh Wilhelm has already showed a presence in the paint, able to get those rebounds and just be more physical than High Point. And I think if they want to be more physical and they want to win this game, I think they got to use that more.
And with this Red Devils team that has so few senior presence on the team, it's so refreshing to have Brickley and Wilhelm being those senior leaders with the experience and the veteranship to help lead the juniors and the sophomores on this team to success, as High Point looks to get things going here. Shot up, no good, and Wilhelm, as we mentioned him, getting that rebound, as now Cam Diogen is in the game as well. And we'll see how Hunterdon Central continues with their offensive persistence as Marsh gets inside and the layup is good. Make that 15-6, Hunterdon Central.
And Central's on a great run to end this quarter, and I think that's something that if they can keep this up, it'll keep the momentum going and they could run away with this game. But it's been very physical and it could go either way, so you can't just sit down. You got to keep scoring. You got to keep playing tough defense.
Miller, 3-ball, off the mark. And that's another Schreiber rebound. So Cam Diogen, 2 seconds left. Shot up, and it is no good. So we're going to pass this one to Tyler Rodriguez for his analysis of that first quarter. Call it Red Devils 15, High Point Wildcats 6.
So Hunterdon Central up to a 15-6 lead after a slow start. Thomas Schreiber with 4 points, 4 rebounds as well. A bunch of assists for him. Josh Wilhelm adding 4 rebounds as well. He has 4 points. Matthew Schwartz leading off scores with 5. Central started off slow, but since then been shooting the ball really well and been dominating the boards. Like I said, out to that early lead. See what they can do for the rest of this half.
We're just getting ready to start this second quarter, and Bryce, what's something that you've seen throughout this first quarter between both teams?
Well, I got to say, High Point started off the beginning of the first quarter super aggressive and almost super dominant, but Hunterdon Central has completely flipped the script, and oh, how the turntables turned. They have just shown their offensive dominance, and they've tried to dominate all facets of this game here, and I really like the effort so far, as you mentioned it, by Josh Wilhelm. He's showing why he owns the spot on this team as a player who deserves minutes at the 5 spot. And he's played great on the defensive and the offensive end and getting rebounds all around. So we'll see as Hunterdon Central is back defensively, and we'll see how this defense turns into offense now.
One, find the corner.
They're gonna say a blocking foul now. And it looks like it's going to be on number 3, Cam Diogen. So Hunterdon Central is looking to stay out of foul trouble here.
Now High Point with it. Brickley on the defense. Shot. That one's no good. Looks like they caught off Central there.
No. Hunterdon Central is going to be on the defensive end now, as Diogen on the defensive end of Brickley. And it's tough to see. Who's guarding who, because this defense has just been rotating so well, as Schwartz takes it inside, gets the layup off the mark. They're going to call a blocking foul, and he's going to go to the line here.
And Schwartz came in like a heat-seeking missile, saw the loose ball, and jumped on it right away.
And didn't even know where he came from. He just bursts it out with speed as Schwartz takes it to the line to look to extend this Red Devil lead. Already up to a 9-point advantage for Hunterdon Central with more on the horizon. Schwartz, first one's good. Let's call it 16-6, Hunterdon Central on top. Second shot is good as well. And
looks like Max Miller's coming back in the game, and it's definitely something that High Point needs as they're down by 11 points.
And Hunterdon Central, so much of their offensive productivity has come from defensive takeaways here, and they're going to look to continue that as Miller under pressure, looking for pass outlets. And High Point is going to look to respond here inside and blocked. What a block by Wes Shirk, and every beautiful defensive highlight sometimes has just a turnover you don't like to see, but Wes Shirk, man, off the glass, the block, and High Point is going to look to start things over once more as that one's out of play.
And High Point has been struggling against the Central press, and why would Central stop pressing at that point? It's been working. It's been messing with their passing. It's been messing just with their plays in general, and they haven't been able to generate much offense.
Well, if it isn't broken, just don't fix it. So, as Hunterdon Central almost gets going the other way, and High Point finally gets back on the board after Hunterdon Central went on a 15-0 run there. And so, Brickley brings the ball up. Shot up for Schwartz, just short. High Point taking this one the other way. Long three. Schreiber with the rebound. Brickley bringing the ball up. Diogenes inside. No good. Rebound. As that one fell out of play, it's going to remain Hunterdon Central ball on this side as Diogenes almost had the teardrop shot fall. Didn't quite go. And watch for that inbound play once more with Brickley and Shirk. Now Shirk gets in the inside. And a foul once more. And we're going to be going the other way.
And Central has been dominating the boards, as we were saying in the first quarter. They've been able to find a way to get all these rebounds.
As close as you'll get to an alley-oop at this level with Schwartz happened there. And that was incorrect. There was not going to be a High Point ball. It was Hunterdon Central inbound. Now we're going the other way with Hunterdon Central once more. So High Point not finding much on the offensive end here. You could 100% credit it to Hunterdon Central's tough press defense there, trapping the guards. And Diogenes, Cameron that is, had an opportunity there. Now Brickley working his way to Shirk, the pick and roll inside and good.
Central's been running really good plays. Doesn't matter whether it's the inbound, like the alley-oop-esque pass, or if it was the play with Shirk and Brickley. They have a bunch of plays cooked up, and DeFazio has been really prepared for this game, it seems.
As Cam Diogenes gets the ball back front of Central. Schwartz near the baseline and a foul. We're going to be staying here. And so High Point, 17 fouls here with a little under 5 minutes to play in this first half. And you could also point this as a point of weakness for High Point is the fouling, as the first one sinks through for Schwartz. And Hunterdon Central currently leads 22-8.
As now the other Diogenes brother will come in.
And so Schwartz is now into the double-digit figure on points. Call that his 11th right there, as Hunterdon Central leads 23-8 here. And that press once more, so much pressure. And we're gonna get a foul right here as High Point. Excuse me, not a foul, a timeout, as High Point is looking to review things over. But that defense by Hunterdon Central, I can say it a trillion times, so tough.
Yeah, and Coach Stroh for High Point had to call that timeout. He was pinned in his own zone. There was nowhere he was going with it, and I think that's a credit to Hunterdon Central and their defense and how aggressive they've been in this game. They've just been able to be more physical, like the rebounds or even the press. They've been able to run more physical press, and High Point hasn't been able to beat it as Central has their 23-8 lead.
And I'll put it in football terms. They are blitzing right now. Blitzing, blitzing, blitzing. That's what they've been doing all game so far, and it's been working out. They've been getting, like in football terms, the sacks. And so this team for Hunterdon Central looks completely night and day to some of the matchups that they had this year, but they are dominating up to this point. And it's you can call it a 23-8 lead right now, and they don't look to take their foot off the gas pedal. They want to assert the complete and utter dominance here in this first half, and you can imagine DeFazio will not be satisfied until they at least have a 20-point lead going into that half. So we'll see what else Hunterdon Central has in store here, but they have completely dominated not only the turnover aspect of this game, but they have limited the fouls, and their defense has just been on point today. We'll see how High Point responds right here after the timeout to work things over.
And they'll definitely have to make some halftime adjustments and try and figure out how to beat this Central team.
As High Point is getting things going here. Hunterdon Central still working with that tough defense. And Schwartz disrupts that one from getting past, as even just plays like that where you're disrupting the play, just amazing defensive efforts for Hunterdon Central.
Yeah, and those kind of things get in your opponent's head. They're unable to get the offense that they want. They're unable to get the opportunities they want. And as it goes on and on, as they keep struggling, they keep trying to find it and are unable to.
As now Ethan Diogenes brings the ball up. The Diogenes brothers sharing the floor right now. As Shirk hands that one off to Schwartz. Schwartz had two defenders on him. Now Ethan Diogenes out to Schwartz. Schwartz, three, off the mark. A rebound by High Point, taking it the other way, upping the tempo here, just trying to get some sort of momentum going. This floater up, and no good. Schwartz the rebound. Out to Ethan Diogenes, to Cam Diogenes, and we're going to have a travel right here.
And we almost had a beautiful Diogenes brother connection right there, but fortunately the travel as he tried to drive inside for the layup.
And that's just a turnover right there that when watching over film the next day, you're kind of kicking yourself. Even if you're up by this much, you hate having travels and double dribbles and such like that. So great play is spoiled by just a traveling violation. And High Point, like I said once more, trying to respond here. They have kind of blanked on offense ever since going up 6-2, and now a three-pointer here, just short.
Looks like it might have been tipped, I think.
You can only assume, as Ethan Diogenes swings that one around to Schwartz. Schwartz has it stripped, and we have a fast break for High Point. And it didn't even look like a fast break for how quick the Hunterdon Central defenders came back on that one. As 3:27 left to play here, and Hunterdon Central has their 15th foul.
And funny enough, that was Jonah Ripley who ripped him of the ball right there. So kind of funny with the name and the steal.
Did there, Josh, as High Point looking for anything right here on the offensive end. Miller, who goes to work on Cam Diogenes. Now up and around, and there's a bucket for High Point. 23-10. The lead now for Hunterdon Central, and a three ball. It's good. Cam Diogenes, the sophomore.
Good job on the corner shot. Take his time, not rush it with no defender close enough to contest, and is able to drain the three.
As Miller puts a little bit too much under that one. And Marsh pass that one around. Ethan Diogenes drives inside. And a rebound, High Point. And currently a 16-point lead for Hunterdon Central. And a blocking foul. So that one's going to be on Ethan Diogenes. Stays on the floor.
Brickley and Schreiber will come in. And once again, unable to get a pass through the press. A great job there by Marsh to come in and get a tip on it.
Yeah, just any sort of disruption on the defensive end is what Hunterdon Central's looking for. And this shot is up and wide as we have a whistle here. And we have a push now on number 32. So that is Josh Willen.
And now both teams in the bonus.
And a rebound by High Point. So another opportunity here. And we'll see what they can do. They've had very little success on the inside. So we'll see if they begin to take more three-pointers, especially down by 16. But this game is far from being out of reach yet for High Point. It's corner three, it's up, and it's drilled.
And that's Jonah Ripley on the three.
So Ripley rips three there. And now we are down to a 13-point lead for Hunterdon Central. Cam Diogene inside, weaving through. Marsh, three, off the mark. Now High Point pushing the other way. And we're down to a minute left in this first half. And we'll see if High Point tries to cut their deficit down by any more. Drive inside, up, no good, second chance, and it's good. That's Franco on the second chance opportunity point. Brickley bringing the ball up for Hunterdon Central. Back around to Marsh. Marsh cuts inside, weaves through, off the mark. High Point. Now once again, 20 seconds on the clock. We'll see what they can do, but you can imagine they want to have the last possession of this half, but Schreiber trying to make that not happen. 7 seconds remain. We'll see if they can even get a shot off. 3 seconds. And
looks like a little miscommunication, missed the pass to end the half.
And High Point going into the half on a sour note as Hunterdon Central leads 26-15 going into half. And we'll hear from Coach DeFazio with Tyler Rodriguez coming up real shortly.
So here with Coach DeFazio. Coach, off to a slow start to start the game, but now up by 11. Are you happy with your team's performance at the moment?
We're up by 11. That's all I can say right now.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
And joining us here at halftime on the HCTV live stream, Red Devils junior Thomas Schreiber. So Thomas, now we are into tournament play. What does that mean for you guys? It's time for a fresh start. We can kind of recalibrate and get focused on winning this thing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, had a lot of ups and downs through the season. We feel really confident going into HWS tournament. We feel like we come out with the championship. Fell short last year, losing the semifinal, but hopefully this year get a better opportunity to win.
Now let's face it, you guys have played a really tough schedule in the first half of the season. How does that help you prepare for this tournament and later the state tournament?
I mean, it definitely helps. I mean, we're playing teams like Rutgers Prep, Gill St. Bernard, even Trenton. They were ranked highly in the state. So just getting that experience playing with these teams that are such at a high level. We're going to go and play teams like right now, High Point, Vernon, Voorhees in the HWS tournament, and that experience that we get from those games will definitely play a toll in these games.
And lastly, Thomas, big games, no stranger to you between the two sports, soccer and basketball. What is it like being a part of a big game atmosphere, whether it's a state semifinals in soccer, a tournament? What is it like taking part in a bigger game?
I mean, it's just awesome. The atmosphere, you get people going to the games, the atmosphere is good, gets loud. I mean, it's just a good atmosphere to play in.
And that's Red Devils junior Thomas Schreiber. Stay tuned for second half action.
For HCTV, I'm Bryce Cohen alongside Josh Uhas, and we are back here at the Fieldhouse. Hunterdon Central boys basketball. They currently lead High Point 26-15 in an exhilarating first half filled with a lot of defensive. I mean, how would you describe it, Josh? Just lockdown defense, amazing takeaways, just an all-around balanced first half, and even Coach DeFazio himself said, we're up 11 points. So, what do you have to say about that first half, Josh?
Yeah, I think you described it with a lockdown defense. That's pretty much what they've done with the press throughout the whole game. And I think also the rebounding has been crucial for Central, and it kind of fell apart a little bit at the end of the half, and you saw as High Point was able to score. So I think if they can lock down those rebounds in the second half, they could really, really run away with this game.
Yeah, we're going to have to see how both teams come out of the locker rooms in this beginning. The beginning of this third quarter is going to be so crucial for both teams. High Point has a chance here to have a clean slate, pretend it's 0-0, and just come out right off the gun and just start pulling the trigger. However, just like I said, that's a turnover for Hunterdon Central, as High Point's going to look to get things kicked off here. And it's Max Miller once again, like we were talking about so frequently in that first half. Catalyst here for this team as a three-point shot is up, and it is good, and that's going to be Ripley. They're ripping his second three-pointer of the game here.
Yeah, and it seems to be Ripley's night more than Miller. We've talked about Miller before the game. We talked about how Coach saw him as one of the best players on the team, but this game has been Jonah Ripley. He's been able to rip a steal. He's been able to rip threes. He's been able to do everything that High Point has needed.
As Schwartz brings the lead back up to 10 for Hunterdon Central, and Ripley, like you said, he's now up into the double-digit figure as well. He's at 10 points. And so Hunterdon Central looking to extend their lead here. High Point. And we got a whistle here. We're going the other way now.
Seems like a backcourt violation. It's a similar call to what happened in the girls' basketball game.
Yeah, it didn't necessarily look like one, but the guys in the stripes see something that we don't. As Brickley fakes the three inside, up, no good. Shirk fighting for a rebound, and High Point's going to take this one away. Miller on the attack here. Inside, and they're going to call that. They say that it was a travel, Josh? Did you see it? I didn't quite.
It looks like the ref was calling a travel on Miller, so.
Either way, we have Schwartz bringing the ball in, and now Ethan Diogenes bringing the ball up. And look at Brickley in that corner. He's wide open, and it's gifted to Schwartz. Schwartz inside driven with the left hand, and good. And you can imagine, I mean, look at the team like Hunterdon Central, you have so many playmakers, it's hard to choose who you're going to specialize, who you're going to put two defenders on. Because either way, they're going to beat you with someone else, as Thomas Schreiber gets up with it and lays it in. 32-18 is the new lead for Hunterdon Central. And High Point needs to respond here.
And Central's had a great job defending Miller. Miller was supposed to be the big player coming in, and they've been able to double team him and pressure him enough where he can't hold on to the ball and get the shot. He has to pass it out, and then the rest of the Central defense is able to hop on, and they're unable to find anything, and Central is just continuing to add to the lead.
And you could add that builds frustration for someone like Miller, and not only throws him off his game, but throws the whole team off their game. And you can say that's what's worked out here. Schreiber with the Showtime Laker-esque pass, and that was gifted to Schwartz for the two, as behind the back with that pass. Man, Sports Center top 10 right there, as High Point. Another offensive possession here. Just playing. You got four guys outside the arc now, looking for a shot opportunity here. And it's a 34-18 lead for Hunterdon Central right now, as High Point holds on to a long possession here. DeFazio voicing out for this defense. Inside Ripley, and a takeaway now by Schwartz. Schwartz passes it to Brickley. Brickley works up with it, and another 2. And a timeout called by High Point. 36-18, the Red Devil lead. And like I said, these first couple of minutes in the third quarter are so crucial. And Hunterdon Central has came out swinging. Josh, what else would you have to add about this third quarter so far?
Central's been hopping on the ball very quickly. We've seen the passing lanes are basically non-existent. Schreiber was able to get that steal, able to have that Sports Center level play with the behind the back pass to Schwartz, and he was able to get the shot.
Yeah, and Hunterdon Central came out with a 10-0 run to begin this third quarter, and it's been all Red Devil up until this point. So 3 minutes down of this third quarter right now, and Hunterdon Central has completely taken over this game. They're up by 18 now.
And Central will probably not look to stop, as they have an 18-point lead, and they just continue to run the score. They play tight defense still, and they're able to capitalize off the defense, able to get some steals and some turnovers, and are able to score off of it.
And an inbound here for High Point. And we have a blocking foul on Brickley. Brickley, a bit confused as to what happened there. That's second team foul for the Red Devils. And High Point will run it back with another inbound here. Miller bringing the ball up once more. High Point pushing inside, and another turnover for High Point. Red Devils going the other way now.
And once again, the passing lane wasn't there. Ripley tried to get it low and was unable to get it through.
So Schwartz to inbound it. Diogenes bringing it up. Ethan Diogenes swings that round around to Schwartz. Schwartz the 3. It's good. Nothing but net, and it's a 39-18 lead for the Red Devils.
Just a nice shot by Schwartz. There was a little bit of a contest and still was able to drain it.
And a long pass. Inside now, up, and it goes. So High Point reels it back in now within 19 as Marsh swings that run around. Diogenes. Schwartz inside, Marsh inside. That one was good.
It's a great drive inside, and he was able to keep possession of the ball and get a nice little shot in.
So High Point with their backs against the wall. We'll see how they respond here. Corner, 3 up, short. Schreiber rebounding, pushing it. He just stretched the length of the floor, and I'm going to say this foul is going to be on the floor.
Looks like Joshua Wilhelm will come into the game, and out will come Shirt.
And Schreiber completely dominating on the offensive end. 19 points on the night as Wilhelm got the pass, lost it, and then now Marsh inside, shot blocked. Marsh recovers, and all sorts of ball movement here. Schreiber looking to get something going. Marsh, corner, top, fakes the, oh wow, what a drive there by Matt Schwartz. Faked the shot, drove inside, couldn't quite put that one through, but what an effort. And a 3 ball off the mark. Schreiber the rebounded. Schreiber is lurking for a triple-double up until this point.
And he's been all over the ball today, whether it be the rebounds or the shots. And Wilhelm also has been all over it as he gets a shot inside and gets the foul.
And so a 3-point play opportunity here for Wilhelm. And it's 43-20. Hunterdon Central on top with a free throw remaining. And it goes. So a 24-point lead here for Hunterdon Central.
And a little Diogenes brothers swap there. Cameron Diogenes will come in for Ethan.
And you got to wonder how similar their play styles are from years of practicing and playing together, as that one goes out of play, and it's been all Hunterdon Central really this whole game, but the second half they kicked it up a notch. They've extended at the half with their 11-point lead now to a 24-point lead, and no signs of slowing down as Cam Diogenes drives and gets the foul. So the other Diogenes brother will be hitting the line now for 2 free throws. First one in.
Hayden Landy will come in the game for Matthew Schwartz.
And Diogenes off the mark, the second shot, and it's going to remain a 25-point Red Devil lead here. And a travel. Nothing seems to be going High Point's way up to this point, and Landy to inbound it now to Diogenes. Marsh swings that one around to Schreiber. Schreiber dishes inside. And it's going to stay with Hunterdon Central now. 2:18 remaining in this third quarter. I mean, Josh, it's just been all Hunterdon Central.
Yeah, they've been all over the ball. They've been able to get all the shots, and they've worked well as a team. And I said before the game, things with tournaments is you have to have chemistry, and today they've really shown they have the chemistry to work together through all this physical play and are able to hold a 25-point lead at the moment.
Landy assesses his options on Schreiber, who's got the hot hand today. And Marsh rips that one. Won't go. High Point looking for any sort of life here. Miller inside. Now around the arc. Ripley looking for a play. Now Miller has Hunterdon Central is just playing their best defense, perhaps of the season tonight so far. They've just been so locked down. Diogenes. And this possession has taken nearly a minute off the clock so far. And for High Point, that's not what you want to do. Is they nearly turned the ball over. Miller lost it, but it's going to remain High Point possession here, as about a minute and a half went by there and not even a shot opportunity.
And it looks like Brickley will come into the game.
And Marsh headed to the bench. Inside now for High Point. And we're going to get a shooting foul here. They're going to say that one's on Hayden Landy.
Call it a shooting foul, so High Point will get some free throws here.
And Hunterdon Central, 45-20 is the lead right now. They get 45-21. An impressive performance so far by Hunterdon Central. And they're making some noise so far here in this Hunterdon Warren Sussex County tournament. High Point representing the Sussex in that HWS as Landy inside. Cam Diogenes lost it. We're going to have a foul on the play here.
And something to watch out is the inbound pass play, which they've run a lot.
Right there, Brickley almost had an opportunity there to shoot it, but he drives it inside and gets the shot up. Good foul. 3-point play opportunity here for Brickley. So they get the 3 on that inbound play. Just maybe not the way they were looking to get it, with Brickley heading the line here with a 3-point opportunity. And we pointed it out a couple times tonight, Josh, one of those inbound plays that they run with Brickley as he misses that third point of what would have been a 3-point play. They seem to love that. The staff there for Hunterdon Central seems to love that play where they have the center and usually guard Brickley work on it, as Schreiber attempted to take away that ball that couldn't quite get a steal. As High Point, look at to respond here, down by 26. And what a way to really begin the tournament if you're Hunterdon Central, as another shooting foul.
And not much time on the clock at all, 0.9 seconds.
First free throw, no good. It's Aiden Mitchell, who's pretty much acting as that big there for High Point. First shot didn't go. Second shot follows the first, as that'll end our third quarter of action. And Josh, in a blowout win like this, or a blowout lead, I should say, for Hunterdon Central, there's really not much to say. But what can you tell me about the efforts of this Hunterdon Central team up until this point that's led to a 47-21 lead?
Yeah, well, they've had a lot of effort. They've shown a lot of energy. And even though they're up by this amount, they show that they are willing to play it through. And especially Schreiber. You see Schreiber going for all the passes. He tries to break through, especially on the passes between the High Point players. You see Schreiber running right past, trying to get the steal and the breakout opportunity. And Schreiber today has been a breakout, and he's looking to outscore the High Point team even, as the last time I checked, he was at 19 points.
Absolutely, and Josh Wilhelm, the senior 5, position, the center for Hunterdon Central, he's been, dominating in a lot of facets, including the defensive end, but he has 7 points and 4 rebounds as well. I mean, he's had an impressive performance up until this point, and I love the way that this Hunterdon Central team is coached. Despite being up 26 points, they play like they're down 26 points, and that's the type of hunger, that energy, like you're starving, that you need some more points, that allows a team like this to make a run in the HWS tournament. And like you mentioned earlier, it's the chemistry and these types of games where you're scoring and everything's going your way. You're building that chemistry you want when you play some tougher opponents. As Ethan Diogen gets the steal, and inside for Landy, and I think we have a foul call here, so a shooting foul, and that'll put Landy on the strip, as he's going to have 2 free throws.
And Landy hit the little pump fake first before taking the shot. And he almost made it, but he was able to force the foul and get free throws.
Just a high IQ play there by Landy, who is a great junior forward for this Hunterdon Central team. And this team's got depth. You've got playmakers all across the board, and you don't see that with a lot of teams in this county tournament, as that one was just in a tip-in for the 2, and so Hunterdon Central crosses the 50 mark as they lead 50-21 now, and Landy tips that one out of play.
And the benefit of having only 2 seniors is the fact that you have most of the squad for next year, so you'll have this experience, and then next year, whoever comes back to this team are able to have that experience from this year, from this tournament, and take it into next year.
Yeah, and how about Wes Shirk being a sophomore in this team, getting a lot of play time as well at that center position, and as well as Cam Diogen getting a good amount of play time as well as a sophomore. These are the foundations, the building blocks that's going to make such a great team next year and for years to follow as well. And this Hunterdon Central basketball team for the boys' end is in great hands for the next couple of years. And those will be the type of players as well when they're in their senior and they're in their junior years as well, are leading the next generation as well. And that's exactly what you want in a program like this. As we have another foul on the floor here.
Yeah, and that's what great programs do. They keep producing, they keep bringing them in while still keeping the old. You still need to keep the old to keep that kind of veteran presence so that they know how the experience went and kind of give some advice.
Absolutely. As High Point missed a 3 there, got their own rebound. And here comes a drive inside and blocked by Shirk. The ball almost came to me in the announcer's booth on the sideline here at the court, as we have 6 minutes and 52 seconds left to play here.
Maybe they're trying to invite you to join the team.
Fortunately enough for this Hunterdon Central team, they don't need me out there with how dominant they've been playing. As we have 3 steps, and the referee was asking him for his passport and also for the ball, because that was a turnover right there. As Landy inbounded that one to Ethan Diougene. And Shirk gets the outlet to Brickley. Brickley inside pick and roll magic there to West Shirk, as Hunterdon Central 52, High Point 21.
And it's great to see the combination of the senior with the sophomore.
As Landy gets a drive and gets a bucket, and they're going to call it a travel. And so I could do it the other way as well. They asked Mr. Hayden Landy for his passport as well, and the ball. So
yeah.
Both teams have 5 team fouls at this moment in time. And Hunterdon Central is all but in cruise control at this point, but like I said, this is a team that is all gas, no break. And they're going to continue playing like they're down 30 points.
Yeah, and we see some fresh faces here for Central, as they have, it looks like
Ethan Squire in there, number 24.
It also looks like number 10, Timothy D'Alessandro.
As it's a great opportunity to get some of the varsity players who don't usually get as much time in the rotation into the game. As that shot is up, no good, and Cam Diogenean will bring the ball back up, pushing that offense. Inside up, and it's good. Inside. We have a blocking foul called. Diogene. That is Cameron Diogene. Took that one. $16 fouls, they said, for Hunterdon Central. And Hunterdon Central up 54-21. As you guys talk through some things.
And in games like these, it's good to get some nice, fresh faces into the game and get them some experience in a game where they're up in the game by a lot.
And it never hurts to get some of the younger guys some play time, as these will be the faces of the varsity squad in years to come. And so, Hunterdon Central, if they advance today, which I would say is more than likely, with them being up 54-22 with 5 minutes left, will play the winner of Voorhees versus Vernon. And what a matchup that would be against Voorhees. Seemingly at home as well, correct?
That is correct. That would be a home game as well. As Central is the 3 seed, and that matchup is between the 6 and 11 seeds, so Central would hold the higher seeding.
And Voorhees not too far from here. They're in the same district as North Hunterdon. That would be a great matchup. As we're going to go the other way now. Squire to inbound this one. And Tim D'Alessandro going to bring the ball up. Marsh shoots. That one rebounded as D'Alessandro kicks it inside Wilhelm. And that is going to count for 2 and get into the free throw line. I mean, how many times is he going to do that tonight?
Yeah, he's been unstoppable. He's looking like prime Shaq in the paint.
And that's a valid comparison as Wilhelm has dominated in the paint now. 56 points for Hunterdon Central compared to High Point's 22. And
looks like High Point will make a swap of bigs.
As Wilhelm prepares to take his free throw, and we have about 4 minutes and 22 seconds left to play here. And what a wonderful doubleheader we had here today. Call that 10 points for Wilhelm as the girls team took down the High Points girl team. And we also have Carson Hilfiger in for Hunterdon Central now. But good doubleheader here on HGTV as the girls team takes down High Points girls team, and the guys team has all but cemented themselves with a victory here in the HWS tournament round 2. And we have some of the younger guys in rotation getting some action. The shot is up and taken away by Wilhelm. D'Alessandro bringing that one up. Squire unleashes it. No good. Wilhelm a beast in the paint.
Once again, just rips that ball out of his hands and puts up the shot. And Central has a 59-22 point lead.
As High Point, we're going to respond here once more. Step away, fade away as rebound Hunterdon Central. D'Alessandro is going to push this one down the court. Takes it inside. Back around to Hilfiger. Almost loses it. And we have a travel, Wilhelm, showing maybe he has a little weakness as he's been so dominant in that paint tonight.
Yeah, I guess he's not invincible, but he's looked like it throughout this whole game, and High Point hasn't been able to deal with it.
As it's been just an overall dominant performance by this Central boys team. And a curtain call deserved for Thomas Schreiber. Just played an outstanding game. And in my opinion, he is just the player of the game today. Did it on every facet of the court. Offensively, he was just electric. His athleticism was on full display. Defensively, he never strayed away from the big moment. He was stepping up on every single pass, trying to get steals, and it was turning into some fast transition offense. And overall, I mean, he took on 2-3 defenders multiple times and was still able to get buckets. And that is the type of performance you want from a player like Thomas Schreiber, who makes an impact in a squad like this so frequently. And he got his time to shine tonight as Wilhelm passes that one to Hilfiger. Now out around. Up, no good. Wilhelm beasting into the paint.
Once again. And he's been the competition for Schreiber in terms of players of this game that have performed extremely well, as Wilhelm has been dominant in the paint today.
And Wilhelm has 14 points, 7 rebounds, and man, what a performance he's had here. Under 2 minutes left to play here. D'Alessandro drives and gets the bucket. 63-24, Hunterdon Central. And this is the type of performance you wanted if you're Hunterdon Central in this stage of the tournament. This is how you set up a deep run in a tournament like HWS, as well as that's a deep three for High Point.
Yeah, and Wilhelm and Schreiber making it tough to pick between them, as they both have played extremely well today.
And both of them just showing the impact they have on this team. And Wilhelm, who shares that center position with Shirk, is showing why he has earned his position here on the team, as Squire has it. Background to D'Alessandro. And they're going to call that for backcourt. Going the other way now. 58.1 seconds remaining. And Hunterdon Central, phenomenal win today. Just all around what you want. Checks off every single box. And the best part, they scored 63 points. And the best part about their game was their defense. The defense outshined everything today. And if you continue playing that level of intensity defense the rest of the tournament, they'll be bringing that HWS trophy home.
Yeah, especially if they play the tight defense. No matter who's in the game, even now, they've played very tight press. They're able to get the ball there. And it really doesn't matter who's on the court. Coach DeFazio's done a great job with the scheming, able to get everyone on this team able to run a very tight defense. And it's shown that they can produce offense off that defense.
And they're just going to... They're closing this one now on a 37-9 run. And just a phenomenal job by this Hunterdon Central team. Not enough credit can be given for this performance, as that buzzer will ring out. And that'll be a 65-27 point win for the Hunterdon Central Red Devils here against High Point. What an amazing performance by the boys team and the girls team for this HWS doubleheader here on HCTV.
Yeah, and they'll move on to face the winner of that Voorhees game, so it'll be very interesting to see who wins that and who they play on Saturday.
And now we have Tyler Rodriguez here with Matt Schwartz for a little post-game.
Tyler Rodriguez joined here with Matthew Schwartz. Matt, 21 points for you tonight. You have any extra motivation putting up an impressive tally like that?
I mean, I think it's just that we're in the county tournament. It's you either win or you go home. So I think that each day we got to continue to get better, and each game is a win close to the championship.
And how special is this tournament for you and your team? How far do you think you can go in this?
I mean, since the first day, we became a team together. We've been wanting to win the county, so it's huge for us. Each win is getting us closer, and we want to win it all.
Ridge on Thursday, how excited are you for that one?
I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a really good game. They're a very disciplined team. They're senior heavy, but I think we got a shot.
Matt, thank you so much. Great win tonight.
Thank you. And so that'll do it for our HCTV broadcast of boys and girls basketball. Completed a wonderful doubleheader. Both teams came out on top, and alongside Josh Uhas, I'm Bryce Cohen, and thank you to all who tuned in, and have a wonderful rest of your night.